$325 billion by the year 2025. Here's how to get your share. Listen, hey, Coach Fryer here. Super excited to be with you. Thanks so much for tuning in to this particular broadcast. If you know anybody else out there who is maybe going through some tough times, who is being dragged through the mud with all this going on around the world, maybe having lost their job, they're stuck at home now, trying to figure out how they're going to make ends meet, what they're going to do moving forward. I don't know if maybe that's you or maybe someone that's going through something like this, especially financially right now. I'm a huge believer that providing solutions for people who have problems is truly how we can make a bigger impact in the world. Can I get an amen? Can you guys just do me a huge favor? Let's do this together. Share this broadcast out. Get as many folks on here as you possibly can. I feel that the information I'm about to share is not only going to fire you up, it's going to provide some real solutions for you to help you start thinking outside the box, no matter what you, your family, your loved ones might be going through right now, especially financially, right? Okay, so I want to talk about just a few things. I've done lots of research the last few days, and I just want to share a few things with you. And hopefully by the end of this video, that you're going to have an even more open mind to what's going on around you and the opportunities and possibilities there are for you to turn this thing around. Would that be okay with you? Would that be okay? If that's okay, hit the hearts over here in the bottom right-hand corner as fast as you can. And by the way, after you guys share, feel free to just type the word shared in the comments below. I'd love to acknowledge some of you guys and just personally say thank you. So here's some recent stats, right? Just a couple of things that we've learned of in the last couple of days, right? Okay. Let's talk about unemployment. Let's talk about the unfortunate news of unemployment right now skyrocketing because of what's going on. Guys, I might even be talking to you right now. Maybe you've been, your hours have been reduced and you've been sent home. Maybe you've been docked in pay. Maybe your company has taken away some of the pay during all this. And maybe even unfortunately, there are those of you out there right now who maybe have lost your job altogether. Listen, here's what I want you to understand is that the Friars, we're praying for you. We're praying you through this situation. Nobody in their right mind should have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Based off the circumstances and what's going on in the world today. But here's what I know to be true is the most recent stats are the unemployment numbers rose 3.3 million. Write this down. 3.3 million people applied for unemployment just last week. Just last week. Listen, people are hurting out there right now. All different types of professions, all different skill levels, all different types of jobs, all different types of things. 3.3 million people have applied for unemployment just last week. This blows my mind. 3.3 million people applied for unemployment last week. Listen, there's a lot of folks out there who are hurting. If you know maybe someone who applied for unemployment or maybe this resonates with or can relate to what I'm about to share, share this video with them. I want to give them some hope. I want to inspire them and show them what's really going on and allow them to see some of the things that they can do to combat this problem, right? Listen, I'm sympathetic. I've been praying for these folks, but here's what I want to do. I want to spend the rest of this video sharing the solution. In my own humble opinion, what I feel the solution could be for so many. You see, number one, first and foremost, if you've been affected by all that's going on, maybe you've lost your job, your hours have been cut, or anything in between, maybe now you've had to file unemployment. Listen, focus number one is how can you right here, right now, just get through this, right? That's focus number one. Like how are you going to get through this? Can you reach out and get some aid from some folks? Are there ways that you can reach out to some other folks and figure out how to get some aid to get through this difficult time so that you can get back on your feet? That has to be focus number one. I know that it might feel like the world is coming crashing down on you right now. I get it. I'm sympathizing for you. But step number one, focus number one needs to be not sitting here and drowning in our sorrows, no matter how bad the situation is. I get it. I understand. We need to focus on solutions. Number one, how are you going to get through this? And then how are you going to get back on your feet? Now, I'm in hopes that when this all goes away, that you'll be able to go back to your job. You'll be able to kind of get things going again, doing what you do, doing what you love, right? Okay. I'm in hopes that that's the case. But here's what I understand is there are those of you out there right now, there's some folks out there who that's not going to be an option, right? Okay. For all of you, for every single person that I just described, here's what I want to challenge you to do. I want to challenge you to have or acquire a mindset of being open to what's available all around you. I'm not saying that everybody needs to do what I'm about to share, but I am encouraging you and challenging you to start approaching life, to start approaching your financial hardships in a different light, a different mindset, right? There are lots of ways to make money today, okay? For those that don't know our story, we've been entrepreneurs ourselves for the last 12 years. We've worked full time from home, right, for the last 7 years. For the last 7 years, we've been fortunate, blessed, and able to do what we do, to work from home when we want, how much we want, how little we want, all through this simple device that I'm on right now, my phone and my laptop, right? Okay, we've built 2 super successful businesses online from home. So for those of you who are sitting there like, well, what's your credibility? What's your stats, mister? What gives you the right to share what you're about to share? Well, hopefully that gives you a little bit of credibility, right? Okay. Here's what I want you to write down in your notes. Write this down. By the year 2025, the online e-learning educational space, whatever you want to call it, right, will climb to $325 billion. Write that down. By the year 2025, the online e-learning technology educational space online, right, doing stuff online, will climb to $325 billion profession, industry. This blows my mind. This absolutely blows my mind with the amount of people who are online today, who maybe don't have a business online, that's fine, but who are online today, right? They're consuming all the news. They're consuming all these different social media channels. They're consuming all these games. They're consuming all this stuff. They're spending all this time online. And they're not profiting from it. I'm challenging you right here, right now. I'm encouraging you. Despite your financial situation right now, do you think that somehow, some way, you could benefit from this solution? That you could benefit from this $325 billion space? You're already online. But Coach Fryer, I don't know where to start. But Coach Fryer, I don't know what to sell. But Coach Fryer, I'm not a salesperson. But Coach Fryer, I have no experience. I'm technology illiterate. All of those things can be fixed. Here's a few things. I want to give you guys a few ideas. You guys ready for this? Okay. I want you to write this down. What skill sets do I have? Write that down. What skill sets do you have? What area do you have a little bit of knowledge in? How can you turn that skill set, turn that knowledge into dollars in the coming months and even years? How can you take that skill set? How can you take a little bit of knowledge that you have in a certain area? How can you take that to positively inspire, impact, and help other people? How can you take something that you already have or something you can fine tune? A skill set, a little bit of knowledge in a certain space, and go out there and share it with others, inspire them, show them what's possible. I want to give you guys a few ideas. I don't know what your current job is. I don't know what area you have a little bit of knowledge in, but I want to share just a few ideas. Maybe you're a photographer. Maybe you are a health coach and you have your own little brick and mortar, health coach facility in town. Maybe something like that, right? Maybe you're a yoga instructor. Maybe you are a hypnotist, right? You got your little studio and people come in and you do hypnotherapy or something, right? Okay. Maybe you are an in-home daycare provider. Maybe you're a dating coach. Maybe you are a wedding planner. Maybe you are a gardener. Maybe you're a bookkeeper. Maybe you're a therapist. I just gave you a little over 6, 7, 8 different ideas. I'm just curious. For those of you who are not in the online world yet or benefiting from this online boom, right? Okay. Just drop what you do down below as a profession or a skill set that you have that maybe you never even considered. Like, oh my gosh, maybe there is a way that I could turn this skill set or a little bit of knowledge that I have and actually generate some income. You see what the overall message of this video is I don't want you or anybody else that you know to ever be in a situation that you may be facing right now. The situation of maybe having to file unemployment and never have done it in your life. The situation to have your hours cut at your job. The situation that some of you have literally lost your jobs because of all that's going on. My prayer is that this message today, and I'm not done yet, I've got a little bit more insight to share before we finish up, but my prayer is that you would start doing a better job of preparing. So when the next time something like this in 5, 10, 15, 20 years happens, you are prepared. You see, back in 2008, when the whole world came crashing down, my wife and I took it as a sign as we better start figuring this out. We better prepare. We planned on nobody bailing us out. We had to figure out how to make it on our own. You guys, technology is your friend. It can be your friend. By golly, it's my best friend. You know what I'm saying? Not just technology, but the amazing people that you have the opportunity to connect with. How many of you guys watch my videos and plug into my content and you feel like you know me? We feel like we're like legitimate friends. And maybe we've never met in person before. How many of you feel that way? You plug into some of my stuff and you feel like you know me. You feel like that if we met in person and went and had a cup of coffee together, that we could sit there and have conversation for hours. Maybe you're a parent. Maybe you have 4 kids like we do. Maybe you're an ex-professional athlete. Maybe you worked in the oil field. Maybe you've made lots of sacrifices. I don't know. How can you leverage technology and actually grow an income? How can you leverage technology and maybe even build your legacy? Here's 2 simple thoughts I'm going to finish with. Samantha says, well, why can't we be besties? Ashley, because we're almost the same age. Yeah, absolutely. Love it. Love it. Love it. How many of you guys have shared this broadcast, by the way? The folks out there who are unemployed, who are losing, getting their hours cut, who are scrounging, trying to figure out what to do, like those people need to hear this message. This message is going to inspire them and give them hope to not just crawl and dig a hole into the freaking ground and crawl up in a hole for the next couple of months. We got to figure out, we got to be able to pivot. We have to be able to make some adjustments. Yes, go get unemployment. Yes, let's figure out how to get you back on your feet. But I need you to start thinking more long term. 3, 6, 9, 12, 24, 36, 72 months from now. 2, 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. What are you gonna do? What if something like this happens again in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna be prepared? Two different thoughts. Number one, we're talking solutions here, right? We're talking solutions. Thought number one, find a company to maybe partner with and promote something online that you're passionate about. I'm here to give you solutions, some options. One thing might not be for everybody and the other few things might not be for them, right? You have to pick and choose. You have to figure out what's going to work best for you. But here's the good news. You have options. First one, right? Find a company or find someone that's created something that you agree with, that you could get out there and promote passionately and be excited about, whether it's a physical product or just a service or a program or whatever, and get out there and promote it for them. Make a few extra bucks. Okay? Create, build and leverage a network. Very powerful. Very, very powerful for you to get started with little to no money up front and start generating maybe a few extra $100 per month or more, right? Second option in this online e-learning space that's going to grow to $325 billion by 2025 is to create your own. To create your own. You guys, I've seen such innovation the last couple of weeks with business owners. I've seen, by gosh, I don't know how many of you guys use Zoom, but Zoom or private video chats or what have you. I've seen photographers. I've seen therapists. I've seen online health coaches. I've seen yoga instructors. I've seen so many different areas, so many different types of people who had, let's call it brick and mortar types of businesses and have been open to pivot quickly to now starting to provide those same services somehow, some way through technology and haven't missed a beat when it comes to their income. Now, I understand this may or may not apply to all things out there, but trust me, if there's a will, there's a way. If your service, if what you do is in person only, right? Okay? What have you? I want you to start thinking outside the box. I shared with a client today who's a massage therapist. She's one of our personal clients. We're helping her build 2 businesses online right now. But one of her questions was, with the massage therapy business, right? That's in person. She gives actual massages to people. A lot of that business is pretty much out the window right now because that's something you do in person. How can she continue to grow and keep afloat that business? We gave her a couple of simple tips today, like literally just simple. She's already out there implementing it, and income now is not only maintaining, but we gave her a few ideas of how to grow that income during the next few weeks while things are, down. You have options. You have opportunities all around you. Every single one of you, no matter your situation, no matter what's going on, no matter what, every single person out there, including myself, had to start somewhere. Maybe this message, maybe this video is going to inspire you to crawl out of that hole, to get rid of the negative mindset around all that's going on, to get rid of all of those bad thoughts and things that might be occurring right now, and to actually provide some hope, some direction, and a solution, more importantly, for you to capitalize on. My hope and prayer is that you got some value from this, that you'll share it with somebody who you feel could benefit from it. This is free. Is it worth someone who's going through a difficult time right now to spend 20 minutes of their life instead of scrolling the news feed, instead of sitting there watching the news, watching TV? Do you think this 20 minutes could change their life? I do. Changed our life, and I'm in hopes it will change yours and those you share it with. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Praying for each and every one of you. God bless each and every single one of you. Let's prepare to impact. Take care.